welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, good morning. How are we doing?
Not good.
Not good.
No. You're waiting.
Okay.
You ain't waiting?
All I know is, as long as I don't have to talk about those sorry Dallas Cowboys anymore, I'm good today.
Yeah, you waiting.
I am good.
You waited like the rest of the country.
Yeah.
They waited on a number,
Yeah.
and you waiting on a victory. Good
Okay.
luck. Which one's
Thank
going to
you.
happen first?
I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, Skip, but we actually do have to talk about the Cowboys. Just because you guys are shorthanded doesn't mean you don't have to play on Sunday. And for the Cowboys, they are starting their fourth new quarterback against the undefeated Steelers coming up this week on Sunday. More attention than ever will be on Ezekiel Elliott. In Zeke's last game against Pittsburgh, though, he scored 3 touchdowns, including the game winner. Zeke said, quote, that was one of his favorite games as a Cowboy, and also saying, quote, it does kind of seem like it was forever ago. Shannon, can you see Zeke recapturing any of his 2016 magic?
No, Skip. It does seem like forever ago because it was forever ago. That was many, many games ago. That was about probably 1,000 less carries ago, and that arguably was Zeke's best game as a Cowboy. Skip, there's a lot of things that's changed since 2016. 2 of those things aren't coming back, at least this year. Tyron Smith was the best left tackle in football. He was a first-team All-Pro. Travis Frederick was arguably the best center in football. He was a first-team All-Pro. Zach Martin, who's still on the team, was first-team All-Pro, but that was a lot of collisions ago, Skip. Zeke also was a first-team All-Pro. Tyron Smith, Travis Frederick, not coming back this year. Zach Martin has been banged up a little bit. He's still legit. He's still a top 3 guard in all of football. But Zeke is not the best back in football anymore. And, Skip, they've kind of gone away from what they were then. Skip, you know, they got off the bus knowing, Zeke, you getting 20 touches today, bro.
Yep.
Zeke, now he's hoping. And because they don't fear the quarterback,
Yep.
everybody talks about, we heard Pat Peterson when they, the great cornerback from the Cardinals say, no, we won't Andy Dalton, the ball in Andy Dalton's hand. We know what 21 can do. We're not sure about Andy Dalton. They're going to be even less sure about Cooper Rush or Garrett Gilbert, Skip. They're not going to let Zeke beat them. Teams are smart enough to know. Is Zeke, Skip, I don't believe Zeke is that guy, 2016 guy.
Yep.
But I still believe he's capable of going for 110, dominating the clock, and keeping the defense, although the Cowboys defense is playing better. But, Skip, it's not that. That's not coming back because that offensive line isn't the same. I don't believe Zeke is the same, and I don't believe the Cowboys' commitment to the run is the same. So when you factor all those things in, although it's nice for Zeke to reminisce, like, man, I went 80. And you was watching that, you like, man, I wish those days would come back. Happy days are not here again, Skip. I am sorry to tell you. So to answer Jenny's questions, no, I do not.
So you're not sorry to tell me because the truth is I've been trying to tell you this, unfortunately, for a year and a half since Zeke came back from Cabo San Lucas and got paid 5 years, $90 million, $15 million a year. I hate how right I have been because I have told you from about game 1 or 2 of 2019, Shannon, I'm sorry. Eye test is saying, don't see it. Where's that guy?
Skip, they say the wings hit differently in Mexico.
Maybe.
I don't know what the ranch and the blue cheese dressing.
I got it. I have told you again and again, I still love my man Zeke. I still have his picture on my bedside table. But I miss that Zeke. I don't see this that much. If I get it twice a game now, I'm like, wow.
If you
great.
get it once a game, because you didn't see
I'm
it,
excited.
You didn't see it Sunday at all.
No, I didn't see it at all. And the problem is, this number 21 looks like more of a fullback than a halfback to me. This one has lost some of his
sadness,
some of his explosion, some of his burst that he used to have, obviously dating back to the glory days at the Ohio State.
Skip, you got to let that.
I know, I let it go. It wasn't even his last year. It was his second to last year when he didn't dominate the Big Ten, he dominated the nation.
He almost ran for 1,000 yards in 4 games.
He did. It was spectacular. All the way to a championship game against the Oregon Ducks.
Yep.
I was there at Jerry World, and he just ran wild on them, just as he had run, wild on St. Nick's defense in the semifinal.
And they hit Wisconsin.
Wisconsin in the Big Ten and Michigan.
Before that.
It was just, he ran them out of the building.
He did.
So now, I hark back to what I was always taught as I was coming up covering your game, pro football. It was almost a cliche that running back shelf life is 2.5 years. And I would say, well, it's longer than that.
Right.
You know, certainly for the great ones, you know, we saw Emmett just go on and on and on. He went all the way to Arizona and just kept piling up yards because he had such great quickness in a confined space, as Norv Turner used to tell me. And he just had the art of avoiding collisions.
He didn't run to contact like Zeke does.
Zeke runs to contact. He runs through contact. He runs through brick walls at the line of scrimmage. And to your point, obviously, the walls have gotten more bricks in them since the stud linemen have gone down. And this year has been mostly a disaster for the offensive line. So I certainly give you that. But it was so ironic that you and I had just started Undisputed, and we took the show on the road, I guess, for the first time, and we went to New York City for UFC at Madison Square Garden. So this was the week, because the current president just got elected on that Tuesday that we got there on Wednesday, right?
Correct.
And we were there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And on that Sunday was Dallas at Pittsburgh. And it was the suddenly hot young Cowboys featuring Dak and Zeke.
Right.
And neither of us were quite sure what to make of them. I loved it. I was on fire. But I just couldn't figure out how they could go to Pittsburgh and win.
Right.
So we picked it that Friday. There's no way I was picking Dallas to win that game. They were 7-1 at that point. I thought they're going to be 7-2. I think we both picked Pittsburgh to win that game. And then these things happened. The first one was the screen pass that went 83 yards. And just I just have to just burn this into my soul because I'm just afraid we're never going to see this again. But here we go. Just a little flip from Dak to Zeke. This is 83 yards now. There's some acceleration going on there. This is 4-4 Zeke because he outran 3 DBs and then just vaulted into the end zone. Did a little pirouette into the end zone. Here we go again. Okay, that guy feels like a thing of the past to me. And yet, remember, he's only 25 years old, so it's not like he turned 30 and he lost it, right?
Right.
Okay, so then in the fourth quarter, it's still a nip-tuck game, back and forth with Big Ben, and Zeke scores twice in the fourth quarter. The first one was a 14-yard touchdown. And again, you look at the blocking. There's a gaping hole, and he just burst right through.
Look at Travis Fred. Look at Zach Martin.
Just blowing people up, okay? And then your favorite play comes on the following play, which nailed the game. This is the nail in the coffin, and this is, you want to talk about gaping hole, and I can't remember who the right end was, but he played it completely wrong.
Yes, he's got to get across the tight end's face.
Yep. And he,
it was
as you
linebacker.
Said, yeah, it was. And as you said, Zeke hit his head on the goalpost.
Yes.
This happened. We're seeing it in slow motion, but in real time, it just happened like, boom.
Yes.
And game over, 35-30 Dallas. So now we've come full circle, 4 years. We're right in the middle of another election. And I'm looking for my man Zeke against the Steelers on Sunday at Jerry World just to kind of save my day.
Right.
Save a little bit of pride for my franchise. And yet I keep telling you these numbers. I saw 16, 17, and 18, he led the league in yards per game. It went from 109 to 98 to 96. A slight decline, but still leading the league.
Right.
And then last year, after he got his money, he fell all the way off to a easily career low, 85 yards a game. This year, he's falling way down. It's horrendous what's happening because he's all the way down to 3.9 yards per attempt, which is, he's fallen under 4 yards, which ranks 35th among running backs, which is terrible. Worst last year was my least favorite stat that I kept telling you. on first down carries. He ranked second in attempts all through 2019. So they were trying to establish him.
Right.
And yet he ranked 18th in yards per carry on first down.
Right.
We'll do the math on that. That won't work.
Right.